get some more of my knob sticks. how's it going? This is actually a wind down, but it's kind of a shillelaghs and whatnot type deal. Actually, there's 2 weeks right on there. These are actually my, yep, dropped my tools. Let's turn this brightness up. How's it going, guys? Actually, right now, I'm just kind of keeping it real, rocking in the free world, as they say. And I'm just pretty much doing this right now, just to kind of hang out and talk to y'all and follow me for a little while. It's been a lot of fun. And that's basically where I'm at. So I can TikTok live. TikTok can be kind of mean this time of night, though. But it's okay. Alright. Let's do it. Okay. Like I said, these are just my truck keys right now. I'm putting one of my tools on there. Just like, I don't know about you guys, but like this is actually like a real Swiss Army Victorinox. It's pretty rad. It's a really good tool to have. I also feel it's good to have a good little flashlight. Like, you see this thing gets really bright. It's actually an Olight. It's a barrel twist, and it's one I've had for a long time actually. But it's a really good light, to be completely honest. And I just got a recent one from Nebo. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But this is also another part of the Michigan Gas Utilities. But it's a really cool like multi-tool. Like it has like a flathead screwdriver on it, and you could open it all the way, that kind of thing. And then got a bottle opener, and I think they call this an ads. I could be wrong. Actually, I need to blast that out with some air. I can feel there's some sand in there. And then this right here, this is an actual little knife. It's not like spectacular or anything, but it is a little knife, and it does actually work. And it's handy to have a little knife, but it also has a Phillips, or Starbit, as some call it. Well, it used to be called Starbit. Starbit turned into a torque bit. But it's no, these are pretty cool little tools to have, and this is one of them things you get from, the gas company. They just kind of give it out to you, but it's something I keep. But this one's particularly cool, because this is a real Victorinox, and it has, this toothpick right here, and this I think is the tweezers. Yep, I got the tweezers. And to be completely honest, I've used them, and they're handy. And right here, I believe, is the skizzers. Yep, I got skizzers here. And it's really it's cool to have just a valuable tool. And this right here, this has got the nail file right here. It's also got the flathead Phillips, or not flathead, the flathead screwdriver right here, or some just call it straight screwdriver. And then another little knife on this. But it is it's actually, I don't know if you guys can even see this or not, but it's pretty cool. Well, if it'll even show, it won't focus too well. Maybe you guys can see it over here. Either way, it is a real Victorinox. It's pretty cool. When I first got this, I actually thought it was kind of a joke, but no, it's the real deal Victorinox. Alright. Which is one of the makers of the Swiss Army knife. And the Swiss Army knife, which some may or may not know, not all Swiss Army knives are Victorinox, and they're actually not even called Swiss Army knife. They're usually referred to by their brand. Victorinox is one of them. The other one is, I can't think of it right now, but they actually make watches, and their watches are actually pretty nice. But I will say this keychain is getting kind of heavy, so I might have to actually reduce some weight. It's a little too utilitarian. So we'll take this big guy off right here. The Michigan Gas Utilities one. That's pretty big. Hi, Braxton, that's your name? How are you? Alright, that actually feels much better. It's not so much weight on the differentials, or I should say differentials, but the keys. Let's look over this way. Yep, that's a really handy little keychain knife to have. Like I said, Victorinox. Handiest little tool. This has a toothpick. It has the plier, or the, how do they call it? I can't even remember. But it has scissors on it. It has a flathead screwdriver. You know, it has an actual knife. Like I said, you know, it has the nail file, the flathead screwdriver, and then on this side, it actually has a pair of scissors. And these scissors are actually legit. They actually do cut. What if I have something to cut? Hey, Brixton. I just said hi. Let's see. Let's try and cut my cheroots back. Let's see if it will. Oh, there we go. Right through. Nobody's business. Yeah, so I mean, I just cut that with this. These are legit little thing right here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Troy, how's it going? You know, it's like I said, you know, these, they cut. These are legit little scissors. Let's get this going here. Alright, yeah, that's pretty cool. It'll have to be probably the max I'll put on this keychain assembly. There's just so much going on there. But no, that's actually pretty cool. Oh, actually, I brought this out here because I need to hook up my new keys, which are part of my new lock for the shed. It's is it master lock? Yep, it is a master. It's an all-weather master lock. These are my favorite locks. They're really hard to cut. But I'm going to put this on my shed every night when I go in. It's a good thing. It's a good feeling to know that, you know, no lock is thief safe. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, it makes their life more difficult. That's all you want to do. Make their life more difficult. And my cigarette went out, damn it. Either way. Let's see. So, this is my like random house key assortment, and this is a mess, let me tell you. You guys can see all this? This thing's ridiculous. Look at that. That is a mess. But I got a cool flashlight. I got an Evo. Evo is not bad. I got this on clearance. It was like $3, I think. Let's see. It goes to 100 lumens. And I gotta say, having a little flashlight is one of the most handy things I have ever had for like my everyday carry kind of thing. Where's my actual? So here's my actual truck keys. These right here. It's an Olight barrel. You just twist it. You can see, and then way brighter. If you guys didn't see it over here on TikTok, there you go, a little bit, and then bam. And this actually does need to be charged. It's a little bit weak. Yeah, it's honestly one of the cool. This little light is. I think it like lights up at like 30, and I think when you like twist it fully on, I think it hits like 130 lumens. But it's a Olight IR or I1R2 EOS. Really cool. This one is. It actually. This is micro USB. This is the old version. The one I have on my new keys, or I should say the new flashlight I have, that one is actually right here. I believe this is 1AAA, if I recall. And I'm starting to kind of go on the fence about having rechargeable versus replaceable batteries. And I'm starting to kind of weigh more towards replaceable batteries, to be completely honest. Replaceable batteries just seem to fit my lifestyle better, I guess you could say. That's a good way to put it. Alright, now these are the shed keys. I gotta put these on. These are the new shed keys. Or new shed lock keys, rather. Alright, and you go there. And that's all I'm doing tonight, is just stuff like this. But I just got these, you know, and like I said, this is the kind of lock I'm talking about. This is a really good lock. It's all weather, and then on top of it, I got the hiccups. But on top of it, it's really hard to cut this because you only got so much space. I mean, you can cut through the sides and whatnot, but that's a lot of work. But really, when it comes down to it, this style lock is my preferred style when it really comes down to it. No, it's not previously recorded. No, I don't do that. I don't really know how to do that very well. I know that's a thing people do. I have no idea how they do it. But no, I am live. And I just am going through things that I needed to go through tonight, like kind of inventory and whatnot before I go to bed. It is 11:25 p.m. Eastern Time in Detroit, Michigan, And yep, that's where we're at. And it should be pretty accurate to where you are if you want to add in the time frame differentiation, if you will. Not really a word. Oh, you know, I gotta switch these. I gotta put TikTok over here. Because if I don't, they'll flag me for smoking a damn cigar. And everybody always starts asking if it's No, I don't smoke I only smoke cigars. Only tobacco. Okay. And okay, there we go. Alright. Yeah, alright, we're good enough. Alright, so okay. Hey, TikTok line, how's it going? I'm actually just going through some stuff right now, just kind of like inventory kind of thing. And I'm actually going through my mess of a keychain right here. Yep. Actually, I gotta get rid of that. I don't even go through them anymore. Alright, I'm smoking a cigar, so TikTok's gonna scold me a little bit and tell me I've been a bad kid. It is what it is. Alright, let's see. But no, I'm a big fan of here we go again. I'm a big fan of everyday carry stuff, like little gadgety things. Alright, so this will take. Alright, there we go. Yeah. So it's 8:22 p.m. Where are you coming out of? Troy Simons. It's 8:22. And it is. Oh, you're West Coast. Right on. Where are you coming on for the West Coast? My sister lives in LA. I've never been to LA, but I have been to San Diego. I've been to the Redwoods. Those were really cool. And I got a good friend that lives in, Portland. Actually, she lives in Portland proper. But that's about as far as my connections go for the West Coast. Gosh, some of these keys I just don't even know. Like this is my old P.O. Box key right here. I gotta say though, when I went to the Pacific Northwest up like the Redwoods and stuff, that is truthfully one of the coolest places I've ever been in my entire life. That was a fun place. How very different a world it is from where I'm at in Detroit. Very, very different. God damn, I can't believe this. I got this key on here. This key's broken as hell. That's my old bike lock key. Alright. I'm just taking things off right now at this point, like reducing weight. I guess that's really all I'm doing. My Ace Rewards card, holy cow. I just do phone number now, I don't even bother with the card. Maybe I'll add that to my new keychain, I don't know. Alright, let's go over here. TikTok gets really upset when you smoke cigarettes or cigars on their screen. I think they actually mistake it for like marijuana. Like they think they're blunts or something. What the hell? Why do I have two of the same? Oh my goodness, I'm losing it. I got two of the same keys. That is bad form. I'm losing my mind. Why would I do that? Good God. So what's your story, Troy Simons? I keep wanting to call you Tony. I don't know why. But what's your story? Where are you from? Let's see. That's pretty much it. I got shed keys, bike lock, back door, front door. Yeah, it's still a mess, but hey, it is what it is. I guess it'll work. And then we'll take. Let's do this one. We'll do this one and put that on the main ring, if you will. This is actually, I'll show you the keychain I actually use. Hang on. This is the actual keychain I use right here. Big honker. This thing just is a full 360. Just spins. And I also have this little paracord grip. Actually, it's just handy, just like have. Like some people have for other reasons, but no, I just have it because it's just handy. I mean, if I could, like, yeah, I could smack you in the face and it would hurt, but I ain't trying to pick a fight with nobody these days. It's just not what I do. I ain't a kid no more. I ain't young and spry. That's just not how I roll. Man, I done took off, gosh, good several ounces with just the keys I removed tonight. Holy cow. And I still want to know why I got 2 of these master keys for my back door. That's so weird. I didn't even know I had 2 master keys for that. Never fun when you get the secondhand smell. But like I said, I'm actually just out here just kind of winding down, going through some things, like taking some keys off my key ring and whatnot. I ain't had enough water tonight, clearly. These are my actual truck keys right here, and I actually keep a Victorinox. It's actually a real one too. It's a real cool little tool to have. I think everyone should have one of these. It's actually got the Victorinox and the knives actually. Oh, Wenger. That was the other brand I was thinking of that does the Victorinox Swiss Army knives. But anyway. But I will say this. A flashlight is one of the most handy tools I've ever had on my keys. It's a very good tool to have. This one's pretty bright. It goes, I think, from like 30 lumens to like 130, something like that. But anyway, cool. They're usually pretty cheap. You can usually get them like, you buy like a flashlight from Olight and they'll add this in it. This is one of the ones they'll add. This is an old one, so it has like the micro USB port. The new ones have the Type C. Good light to have though. So to show you guys actually, like, here's the first one, not super bright, and then, no, definitely much brighter. And it's just a barrel twist, so you can never worry about, like, the end cap ever breaking off, like low lights tend to. This actually does not, but here's an Nebo. They call it the Colombo keychain, but it's an Nebo. It's a pretty good little light. But it's only one brightness. That's it. I think it's just 100 watt. So we're going to say that's 100 watt, I believe. And we're going to turn this guy on. So it's pretty bright, not as much. So I believe this one is actually 130 on this side. The brighter one. I believe this one's actually 130. I know this one was 100. So 100, 130. But hey, 100 is still very, very valuable. And this one, it just, it's just a lot more powerful. And it's a good little tool to have on your keys. It's actually one of those things where you could make like a whole video on it, because it's just so cool the things they come out with for like what they call like pocket gear or like keychain gear. They have a lot of cool stuff these days. And the vehicle keys or whatever, but like for the added little extras, like, like I said, like little flashlights and whatnot, but also the little Victorinox. It's a pretty cool little tool to have. And it's a real screw. It's got it's got one real screwdriver. It's got a flathead and a nail file. But this is actually a multi-tool I got from Michigan Gas Utilities. This thing actually has a flathead, a Phillips, and I believe 2 knives on it. I'll show you. There's your Phillips. There's your flathead. There's your bottle opener. I think the top end of this is actually an awl. And there's your knife. Not great, not spectacular, but hey, it is a knife nonetheless. Why am I 27 minutes. It is 11:35 almost. I want to finish this cigar and I'll probably be heading in. If TikTok doesn't see me first. But no, I just wanted to go live, like took care of some mouse traps, this, that, and the other. Brought some stuff out for the shed for tomorrow, all that fun stuff. And I gotta drink a whole lot of water when I go in. I actually had a lot of water today too. So hopefully I'm not getting sick. Actually, appropriately streamed shillelaghs and knob sticks. Here's actually one of my shillelaghs I've made right here. Cute little guy. Look at the size of this thing. But it's nice, and it's got a nice little hand grip. I originally wanted to make this like a walking stick for my nephew, and I actually still might, I'm not sure, but I think he's gotten too tall, he's growing so fast. But needless to say, it's pretty cool. This is made out of autumn olive. It's a really severely invasive species in Michigan. And you know what better way to handle an invasive species when you can tear it down? Why not go crazy and just make a little thumping stick out of it? Like this right here. This is actually from an invasive mulberry species that grows locally. I did some carving on it. But it's honestly a right nasty club. Like that's a viable war club right here. But it's a really good shillelagh too. Yeah, I did some carving. Like this is a Slavic symbol. This is Slavic. And that's the Celtic Beltane. You guys can see Beltane. And then Slavic, etc. But it's actually made out of mulberry with some scorching on it. And this was a lot of fun to make, actually, to be completely honest. This will probably stay in my collection forever. This is just one of my favorite ones I've ever made. A lot of the symbols are badly done, but it was fun nonetheless. Let's see. Here is actually a baton I made. This is also made from autumn olive. It's kind of hard to say, you can see the full length of it. I call these like truck sticks, truck thumpers, thumping sticks. Like this is a very, very thoroughly seasoned stick right here. And this stick, now this is a good thing to have. You actually, I don't know about you guys, but like, you want to hit your tires? Good check. They're actually a stick. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a secret word for like a weapon at truck stops. No, it's actually a real thing that truckers use to check the tires, to check the weight on them, like the air pressure. And this is made in honor of that, basically. Yeah. Pretty cool how it works out in the end. When you realize things are, not everything's a weapon. Like here's another one. That's another little truck thumper. Right here. Same, I think, yeah, no, I think it's actually locust. Either way, good little truck thumper. It's got a handle stabilizer right here. Hit it, check your tires, you'll know exactly. And it's light on top of it, so it makes it extra cool. Like a light little thumping stick. It's a good stick to have. And every now and again, it could be turned into a rabbit stick. Look that up. Rabbit sticks are particularly cool. They're very good for hunting. This is also one that could be used as a rabbit stick right here. This is made out of maple, and it's I leave the bark on. I like leaving bark on all my sticks. I don't take any of the bark off. But I stained the bark just playing around with some gray stain. It actually took really nice. And then I decided to hit it with some poly varnish. And then, take the grip stabilizer, like I said. But this is actually not a bad rabbit stick. So it's twofold. It's a truck thumper, and it's a rabbit stick. Rabbit sticks are really good hunting tools. It's a North American original, really. Here's another one right here. This is made out of mulberry. It's a pretty beastly stick, to be completely honest. It's got another grip stabilizer. It's very thoroughly seasoned. That's the best part of a very thoroughly seasoned stick, is it gets much lighter. It loses all that water weight. And the water weight actually does add on a lot of weight. But you'd be surprised how much weight a stick loses when you let it thoroughly season. And a way to tell, one of them is I bounce it off the ground. I'm not going to do it with this because it's kind of oddly shaped. But the skin on this, when a stick gets very thoroughly seasoned, the bark, skin, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it skin. It actually has like this very interesting. It's not so much gribby, but it is like a like shrink wrapped. I guess you could say that'd be a way to put it. Shrink wrapped, and it makes it very much so a very good indicator of where you're at with your sticks if you get to know the species. Because like I work with mulberry a lot. It's my favorite wood, and it does let you know. And this is a very good truck stick right here. I call them truck thumpers. Like I said, they're good for testing out like if you got like air in your tires. Some call them tire beaters. I like truck thumper better. God, holy cow, I almost had all my water. Means I gotta go to bed. And then this will probably be the last one I show tonight. It's got a wicked curve. I could straighten it out, I guess, but I don't really want to. I kind of like the curve on this one. Makes it kind of like goblin-y. And then it's got the, epoxy hemp wrap handle. It's a real good tire thumper. This could also be a good rabbit stick. I mean, you have to be a big dude to throw this hard enough to kill a rabbit, but hey, still a rabbit stick nonetheless. And that wind tonight is so spooky. And you get it? You grip up? Doing good. And the best part about sticks like this is you cut this, so on the tree, how this actually works. This actually grew off the tree. More like, yeah, no, it's more like this. Like this was the big branch, and this was a little branch coming out of it right here. They cut it down. Oh, there you go, into the clip. This is actually the moral of the story. And then you get a nice little war club out of it, or truck thumper, whatever you want to call it. Thumping stick. Alright. And we are at 34 minutes. We will call this a good night. Good night, guys.